Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, huge mahalo to Longs Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Longs Drugs for all your shopping needs. Hawaii's COVID-19 cases are ticking back up. The Hawaii Department of Health today reported 3,370 new COVID-19 infections over the previous week. That brings the total since the start of the pandemic to 248,405 cases. State health officials also reported 11 more deaths. The state's COVID death toll now stands at 1,418. The state's average positivity rate jumped to 9.1%, up from 7.1% last week. This is the sixth week in a row that state health officials have recorded an increase in the positivity rate. By island, there were 2,107 new infections reported on Oahu, 491 on Hawaii Island, 390 on Maui, 191 on Kauai, 7 on Lanai, and 6 on Molokai. Another 178 infections were reported out of the state. State health officials say the case counts are an underestimate of total infections, since many people are using home test kits that are not officially counted. The nation's top disease expert has given an upbeat assessment of the current state of the coronavirus in the United States. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the country is out of the pandemic phase when it comes to new infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. Fauci says there appears to be a period of transition toward the coronavirus becoming an endemic disease. U.S. cases are far lower than they were in recent months, but health officials are keeping a close eye as highly contagious variants continue to spread. Fauci says the threat is not over for the nation as the coronavirus remains a pandemic for much of the world. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says cases have risen about 25% in the past week. Russia cut off natural gas to NATO members Poland and Bulgaria today. Russia threatened to do the same to other countries as a move to punish and divide the West over its support for Ukraine. European leaders condemned the move as blackmail. This comes a day after the U.S. and other Western allies vowed to rush more and heavier weapons to Ukraine. Russia's cutoff could deal another blow to economies that are already suffering from rising gas prices. At the same time, it could deprive Russia of income to fund its war effort. The gas cuts do not immediately put Poland and Bulgaria in any dire trouble. Russian gas deliveries to both countries were expected to end later this year. The Kremlin's move sends a warning to the 27-nation European Union, including Germany and Italy, which are among Europe's biggest consumers of Russian natural gas. They have been taking steps to reduce their dependence on Moscow. 5 Oahu private schools received identical bomb threats through email Tuesday morning. That prompted campus searches. Honolulu police started 5 separate terroristic threatening investigations. Iolani, Punahou, and Assets were among the schools that received threats. 2 other Hawaii schools were not identified. A series of similar automated messages were sent to schools in Maine, Washington, D.C., and elsewhere on the mainland. Stephen Merrill is a special agent in charge of the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Honolulu Division. He encourages the public to remain vigilant and to promptly report suspicious activities that could represent a threat to public safety. First-degree terroristic threatening is a Class C felony in Hawaii, punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Honolulu police are searching for 2 suspects involved in an armed robbery at a Leonards Bakery Malasada mobile truck in Kaneohe over the weekend. The robbery happened Sunday at the truck parked at the Windward Mall Shopping Center parking lot. The manager says 2 employees were closing just after 7 in the evening. Footage from a surveillance video shows 2 suspects entering the Malasada wagon and one of them pointing a gun. According to the manager, the suspects took money from the wagon and one of the employees' purses. No one was injured. If you have any information on the robbery, call Crime Stoppers at 808-955-8300. Visit staradvertiser.com to watch the surveillance footage. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.